My name is Rose Mutuku. I'm the Managing Director of Smart Logistics Solution Limited. Smart Logistics Solution is a warehouse operator, commodity trader, and also a processor of pre-cooked food, especially pulses in the market. I represent East African Grain Council, where East African Grain Council is a membership organization for all traders in all levels of the grain industry, from processors, traders, and smallholder farmers and producers in 10 regions actually in Africa. I'm just the past sitting Kenya director for East Africa Grain Council, and actually I'm representing the traders and commodity traders in the grain industry. Traders has been referred to brokers because there's no structure. Everybody comes in, others come into corn farmers, and they pretend they wear the skin of a trader. But traders in this country operate a very key role in moving commodity from one region to the other. The farmers produce, but they keep it most likely in their homes. The best they can do is the next store. But commodities need to move from one region to another. It's only traders who do that. So they're actually the movers and shakers in the grain industry. So they're not brokers. They can be brokers, yes, but not in the connotation of the Kenyan way. Because even when you go to the other commodities like the Nairobi Stock Exchange, you'll find financial brokers, but they're not looked as bad people. So brokers, yes, they're still brokers, but not in the bad way. So there's a lot of opportunities for grain traders. Those of us who have been in this industry for the last 12 years, we have undergone a lot of challenges, you know, where contracts are not honored, both by the traders themselves, by smallholder farmers, by processors. There's not any other structure that you can work around. Quality has been an issue, payment especially. The commodity industry is a high risk and a high investment business. Very intense capital investment. For example, if someone asks me to deliver to them 1,000 metric tons of pulses, like green grams, with a value of 100 shillings a kilo, that's 1 million kilos. And that means I need 100 million. And you know, when you say 1,000 metric tons looks small. So if you have to move grain in this industry, it's big business, it's big money. And that is why there are so many conmen that came in, and then they now are called brokers, because it's an intense, capital-intensive business. So for the traders in this industry, it's a high time that we have stopped, conmanship stops. People coming to tell you, I'll supply you 1,000 metric tons, or you get a contract of 1,000 metric tons, and you cannot even go to the bank, because the banks or the financial institutions, all the other investors are not comfortable even lending you the money, because they have no instruments to rely on. The only thing you can show them maybe is an LPO or a contract. What does it mean? It means that if I give you a contract or an LPO, it can be cancelled tomorrow. There are termination clauses there. It does not give the bank comfort that even the bank will be paid, or the buyer will be paid through that medium. There's no guarantee. So you find the banks actually shying away from that. The second thing, not all traders actually trade. Most of the grain in this country, I can say 80%, does not go through contracts. It's informal trade, you know, where you find our little women with a bag here, 5 kilos there, and they move, you know, cumulatively a lot of grain. So, and there's nobody actually to de-risk them in terms of financial, to de-risk them when you get bad quality. And that is what actually WRS is bringing on board. There's assured quality. You know where the grain is. You are sure that you pay for it, you'll get it. The bank will be sure that they finance it, they'll get their money back. So it is actually a guarantee scheme, I can call it that, in lack of a better word, that is quite structured and very open, and actually de-risks every player in the value chain. And everybody is comfortable to trade. And then that means also the government will be able to collect what belongs to them in a manner that is more structured than how it was before. It is actually going to sober up our grain industry. You know, we are eating unsafe food in this country, food full of aflatoxin. Why? Because we cannot even trace who supplied what. So for this country actually to eat nutritious and safe foods, WRS system is the roadmap. For farmers to feel that they are connected to markets, because when you go to smallholder farmers, they'll always tell you there's no market. For farmers to get connected to markets, WRS system is the way to go. For traders to know that they are assured how they're going to trade, they are going to get their return on investment back, warehouse receipting is the way to go. So I say that if this country and every player in the value chain has, a stake in it, then WRS is the only instrument that we have today to sober the system and actually to reward each and every player according to how they should be rewarded. There'll be no conmanship like someone has gone to pick farmers' crops and disappeared with it. Not even at farmers' level, even at traders' level, you find that your role has disappeared with some scrupulous transporters pretending that they're transporters. I have lost a lot of grain that way myself. I have even lost a whole trailer of soya bean coming from Uganda. And it happens every day. So, and the banks also will have a level playing ground where they know what they are doing. So WRS system is the only system that is going to sober food movement and also ensure safe food to the citizens. There are two key ways or three ways that the commodity will move from the farmer. One, the farmer will sell to what we call a warehouse operator, the owner of a warehouse, who has the mandate to keep that grain in the quality and the way that you deposited that grain. So the farmer might decide, I want to wait for the glut period to end, and then I'll be able to sell my grain at the right market prices, because they change very fast. Even sometimes in 2 to 3 weeks' time, a grain has changed, has doubled in prices as it moves from one hand to the other. So for a trader, then you have an opportunity to buy when the prices are favorable. For the farmer, they have the opportunity to hold and trade like futures. When it gets to the warehouse, then the grain is kept in the quality and the manner that you deposited your grain. It will be graded, it will be cleaned, it will be dried, and then the warehouse operator mandate is to actually take care of the quality of that grain. This means then the trader who has never interacted in this game of warehouse receipting, they can either they can own a warehouse and buy from smallholder farmers in a type of an aggregation model and sell into the market when the prices go up, so they make a good markup. They can also go when they have an order. They don't have to run all over Africa looking for grain. They'll actually just sit in the comfort of their offices and order for grain on a click of a button. And they'll be assured that whatever they have ordered for is the right quality, and they'll find it, and it is not a conman scheme. So that means that they are de-risked in a lot of ways. So the person who has never interacted with the Warehouse Receipt Council, is about time now you start trying it out. And then the best thing, then there's legislation behind it. And that is the key thing that was missing in all this trade. There's legislation behind it. The country recognizes the relationship under the law, under the act that was passed in 2019. And then, there's a level playing ground. So this means that a trader, whether you have an order to supply, whether you are a processor, as a processor, I've seen us as processors actually going all over the country looking for grain as a raw material. You don't have to do that. Just enter into the WRS system, click, and you get your raw material where you want it, the way you want it, quality that you want it.